Hey everyone, I kicked off the year doing a video like this, so why not keep it going? Here's all my figure acquisitions for February, and we're gonna start with the ones I'm keeping boxed up. Literally, in this case. This is something I specially ordered from Hasbro Pulse. It's the 80th anniversary Deadpool, and I can't show you what it looks like in the package, because this is taped up too, and I just want to keep it nice, mint condition and everything. Luckily, I was also able to find some other stuff. Like, how many Walgreens did I have to go to find just one of the Stepford Cuckoos? Just one. If you remember the last video, I had 4 Danny Moonstars, but only one of her so far. Oh well, I'll be grateful for the little things. I at least got one. And I only saw Doctor Doom from the new line in stores twice, so I decided go ahead and pick him up, even though I wasn't gonna open him up, because I'm actually happy with the previous one from Hasbro. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Yeah, this one. It's pretty much the same as this one, just with a lot less detail, but I like the removable mask. And yeah, you can see the hideous face underneath. Yes, Dr. Richards, behold the horror of my slightly inflamed psoriasis! Ah ha 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 ha! Alright, and lastly, we have the only non-Marvel pickup for this year so far. I'm a big Castlevania fan. I like the Netflix show, of course, and the Sonic movie coming out. Yeah, I was thinking about video game adaptations and how lucky we finally got some Castlevania swag again for the first time in over a decade. So here's Sypha Belnati's. Looks close enough to her game incarnation, so I decided to pick her up. I was thinking about opening her. Haven't decided whether I'm or not I'm going to yet. So for now, she's staying on the card. So yeah, this is everything I've got in February that's staying unopened for now. So now we're going to move on to the stuff I've got out of the packaging. And on February 1st, at a flea market, I managed to find this one from the Toy Biz days. Angel in his original incarnation. Now I know that Hasbro has an Archangel, but no, I wanted OG X-Men Angel. Especially since when I first got into comics, when I finally started buying them in the mid-90s, a few issues after I started with X-Men, that's when Archangel's metallic wings molted and he got his old wings back. So this is more or less how I still envision him, and you know, I kind of like some of the softer details from the old Toy Biz days, especially with like the dark parts of the wings. It's like you really don't see that a lot in the Hasbro stuff. So I'm glad to have this one from the Toy Biz days. Stick with this Angel. And I found him at a flea market. He was there for just 20 bucks at a spot where I usually find some really good stuff loose, and I just had to pick him up. It was a great way to start the month. See if I can get him to still stand when I put him back. Yep, here we go. And then as you can see, the Donnie Moonstar trio, I finally got him out of the package. So here's the main gal herself, Danny Moonstar, Valkyrie, or Mirage, or whatever. Don't really know much about her, because, like I said, I kind of started in the mid-90s. I kind of skipped the New Mutant stuff. Got into it too late for that, and by then it became X-Force, but kind of got the gist of her power and that connections to, like, the Thor side of the universe, because she's an off-and-on Valkyrie, but yeah, it's a nice detail. Got the hair braids or whatever. It's basically the standard female base for Hasbro who's figure, so some decent posability, but the biceps don't swivel, and she's got her bow and arrow. I got a little sticky tack right here to keep the arrow in place, but whatever, it's cool. The only thing is that this particular one seemed to be a bit stiff. The one that I kept Donnie's head on, I was afraid I was going to break it if I tried to bend this elbow, so that's why it's kind of in an awkward position. and I kind of also had this problem with the X-23 I got, the one from the Sauron line, but what can you do? It's got a bow and arrow, it's like very nice detail, it's like good head sculpt, it's like kind of got a mean face you'd expect from Danny Moonstar, someone who's an off and on Valkyrie. And then we have Karma, who I know even less about, and honestly, when I first saw this figure, the news report, I thought this was Moira McTaggart. I mean, bob cut, hair braid, the hairband. The glowing eye should have tipped me off, though. Yeah. But oh well, I got her too. And but this was the big deal for me. No, it's Rain Sinclair, right? Wolfsbane. It's like I got started in the mid-90s, but a friend of my father's at work, he got me a bunch of old stuff. It's like X Factor after Peter David took over after number 71 with the new team with Havoc and Polaris, and some people say they went furry for characters like Sally or Callie Briggs. Now, I think, wait, does she count as a furry character? Because the way she was drawn back then, and especially when Joe Quesada did the penciling, I thought she was hot. And back then it was age appropriate because I was in my teens and she was 16, so there's nothing weird about it, right? Oh, sorry, I kind of hit my pop filter, but anyway, the head sculpt isn't quite like what I remember her looking like back then, but give her some nice optional hands, like woven claws, really need to tear your face off, and she looks pretty mean, she looks pretty good. It's not the exact costume I remember from her X Factor days, but hey, whatever. I finally got Wolfsbane on the shelf. A lot of people are happy now, because the original X Factor team from back then, Havoc Polaris, Multiple Man, Strong Guy, Wolfsbane, and Quicksilver, they all got figures now, so that's cool. Now here's the big daddy. Like I said, I already said I ordered this from Hasbro Pulse, but I actually ordered two. One so I could have Deadpool out of the package, because I really like the way this Deadpool looked. And this replaces this, like, it was like a Chinese bootleg one of one that came out. I think it was the one that came out in the Toys R Us 2-pack with Warpath. And he looked kind of dinky. I wanted a better Deadpool, and this guy delivered. I mean, got some nice detail. You can see some stitching on this here. And of course you got pouches. Wouldn't be a 90s anti-hero without lots and lots of pouches. And you can see his handgun. See a lot of detail like on the grip. And the swords that come out. There's textures on the handles and everything. So this is nice. My one regret, though, is that I ordered these days before Toy Fair 2020, when they revealed what I really wanted, movie Deadpool. I mean, man, I mean, that is so cool in the movie. It's like with the way the costume was done, the textures on it, that's going to be represented in the figure, and how he's got the twin katanas and twin Desert Eagles with the holsters on his legs. Oh, so tempting. I like this guy. I love how he looks on my shelf, but they just released movie Deadpool soon after. I mean, released information. Oh, man. But what can you do? I may or may not get the movie Deadpool since he's supposed to be coming in a 2-pack with Negasonic Teenage Warhead. But, like I said, it's good I'm going to have Deadpool on my shelf regardless. Let me show you. I got the other one right here. Let me show you the package he came in. He also came with a machine gun with the grenade launcher attacks and another submachine gun. And, oh, I love this. Let's see if I can get it. Katana! And another katana! That is quintessential Deadpool right there, but of course you got some stuff on the back where he's just mouthing off. It's pretty funny. So that's why I'm going to hang on to this one, because, like I said, I am not even busting the tape on this one. This box is staying sealed up. So yeah, that was my acquisitions for February 2020. Hopefully next month I can get more damn Stepford Cuckoos. I mean, I got plenty of the Donny Moonstars now. I got all 3 of them here. Please, I need some damn cuckoo. Especially now that with Jonathan Hickman's X-Men, there's 5 of them again. There's 5 Stepford Cuckoos again. So I can't just stop with 3. I'm going to need 5, and I'm going to have to... like, get the heads for like Gwen Stacy and take off the hairpiece and transfer them to the Stepford Cuckoo head sculpt so I can have different versions of blonde hair for the other 2. It's like, oh, man.